All right, let's answer some audience questions. Friday, the last thing we like to do before the bonus show, of course, is take 3 questions from the audience and answer them in a little more detail than we usually get into during the voicemail segment. So first question is from, I believe the pronunciation is Latef. Have you ever thought about running for office in the future? Would you ever think about trying to run for office? This has come up not during audience questions, but sort of just in different segments. It has crossed my mind, and we recently spoke about on a bonus show earlier in the week, actually, the idea of trying to change the system from outside versus from inside, and many people think the most effective way to change it is from the inside. Others who feel that actually if the system gets you in power, you're way less likely to want to change it once you get into it. Not that long ago, I was actually approached about running for a state level position, which had become available, and I was told, listen, with the platform you have in media, and the number of votes that would be required to win, you would probably be a shoo-in. And I evaluated it, and I would only have done it, a lot of these positions are sort of part-time in Massachusetts, where the legislative session doesn't go year-round or 7 days a week. I could have probably done the job while continuing to do the show, but I would not really have been able to campaign in the way that I probably should have to really do it in a serious manner, as I like to say. So I opted against it. But conceptually, I'm not against at some point looking into public office, although, of course, I could never be president because I was not born in the United States. But I sort of go back and forth over time about whether I could really have any impact,
Well, don't forget, Obama wasn't born in the United States either, and he still became president.
Amazing, yeah. But he planned it for 46 years leading up to being elected. I would only just start planning it now,
He also somehow hired the best forgers in the world for his documents.
Not good enough for Alex Jones to not figure out that it's a fake birth certificate, though.
Nobody fools Alex Jones. Nobody. I don't think I could do it. Knowing what I know about the system and the people in it, I don't think I could handle it. I would probably end up murdering someone, and it just wouldn't be good for my health.
It's much easier to get away with murder if you are a high-level elected official than if you're just some random dude.
That is true. But still, it just seems way too stressful. My blood pressure would probably go through the roof. It just seems, as someone who, as maybe the only person who would want to change the system once you reach office.
Yeah.
Imagine that. It just seems way too stressful, and I want to help, but I don't think that it would be good for me.
Jason, has it ever crossed your mind?
Well, I was going to say, but think about the stressing you can do, and you could finally manage to live in winter New England again.
No, not worth it. No, too risky.
If you allow climate change to continue unfettered, eventually it'll be warm enough to suit you in New England.
So I should be a Republican, is what you're saying, and just deny all of that. Well, some scientists say it's too late anyway.
Would you run for office, Jason? I know environmental issues are a big thing for you.
I think I'm in the same boat as Lewis here. I don't think it's worth the stress, the lifestyle. Granted, I could get away with murder and driving off a bridge with a girl in the car and swimming across the island sound, but probably not worth it.
Listen, if that had happened to you, you also would have called your lawyer first and the police only the next day.
Certainly.
Like the late, great Ted Kennedy did that day. I am actually able to separate Ted Kennedy as a lawmaker from the incredibly sketchy and bizarre circumstances of the Chappaquiddick incident.
I don't know if I can separate them, but he certainly did have as far as politicians go, he was one of the good ones, whatever that means.
Yeah. All right. So, yeah, I'd consider it at some point. Seems like Lewis wouldn't.